Okay. So this is curriculum alignment. Curriculum alignment is the process to improve the match between the formal instruction that occurs in the school and the classroom that which any test will measure. The good thing about curriculum alignment throughout school districts here in Texas is that schools are given the choice on whether they want to front load or back load curriculum. Each individual school district has their own unique methods and reasons on why they choose either front loading or back loading curriculum. Now, with front loading curriculum, the curriculum is developed, then assessments are created to measure and assess whether or not students have learned the content. Uh, some of the drawbacks and some of the negatives about front loading curriculum, it has a lack of appropriate measures for success. When you're aligning curriculum based on when you're aligning curriculum and basing the test off of that curriculum, there's not a lot of assessments that are out there to test students in the knowledge that they know. This in return provides more expenses for the school district. While backloading, it's the practice of working from the test back to the curriculum. So the bad thing about backloading is that teachers teach the test. It's kind of that old saying, every teacher is teaching to that STAR test, that EOC, and the students are really losing that extra fact and details by backloading. Um, a prime example is, let's take a history class. You sit there and you're drilled on all of the key facts, the key events, the dates, everything that's happened in time, but you kind of lose that extra filling stuff that lets you know what kind of happened to get from point A to point B. So this is one of the big drawbacks about backloading. I feel that both of them have their pros and their cons. Um, so it really depends on the school district and how they feel is the appropriate measure to go as far as aligning curriculum and making sure that the curriculum is flowing through their district. Now we get to vertical alignment. Vertical alignment, your goal is to align the curriculum to where what students learn from one year prepares them for the next. You want to see vertical alignment in all core subjects, your English language arts, your reading, your math, social studies, science. Um, this is going to help students maintain and grow as individuals. So what they learn in fifth grade language arts, they're going to continue and they're going to build on that throughout their education career. So sixth grade language arts is going to be based off of that fifth grade, what they learn, um, kind of going back to making sure that they learn the material, that they have a foundation to continue and to grow from there. The perfect way to look at vertical alignment is through vertical alignment documents. It outlines what is taught for each grade level and defines rigor and content according to the TEKS. Next is horizontal alignment. This is to ensure that content and skill within grade level are being met. So what one student is learning from one teacher, another student that is in an opposite or a different class, same grade level, is going to learn the exact same material. A perfect example at the school district that I'm in right now, all of our core curriculum subjects, all our Algebra 1 teachers meet, they plan their lesson, they plan their assessments. So what is being taught with one teacher is going to be taught with the exact same with a different teacher with the exact same course material. So these students, where they're not getting taught a certain material from one class and it being completely different from another. So we're seeing each one of our students maintain and grow and not have gaps in between. It to kind of give another example, it's kind of like the old, I don't want my student with this teacher because she may not be as thorough or he may not align or prepare my kid to be successful. By horizontally aligning your curriculum, you are giving each teacher in that district tools in their toolbox to be successful. And this all happens at throughout the school year. Our PLCs meet about once a month, twice a month at that. They make sure that they're following everything to the book. They use a lot of year at a glance, their YAG. This helps with the sequence and duration, so they know how long they're going to spend on the unit, um, the timeline, the information. Everything is planned accordingly. Also, with instructional focus documents, they bridge curriculum, assessment, and instruction. So what a student is learning in one class and another class, they're being tested on the exact same thing, just to make sure that everyone is flowing, making sure that everyone is knowing what they need to be successful. Next is scope and sequence. Scope is the depth of the content to be taught at a specific grade level. The development of this content across grade level. Now, sequence, it's the order in which the content should be taught for the best learning within a grade level. Now there is a 5E model: engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. Now, engage, we want our students to be engaged within within the lesson. We want them to kind of know what they're doing. Students make connections for lessons learned, and they apply them to the current lessons that's being taught by the teacher. The next one is explore. This is teachers allow students to explore these new areas of the concept that is being introduced. They'll explore objects, events, and situations. The teacher is responsible for giving these selected activities that lead, excuse me, to substantive concept building, and they are responsible for being facilitators and coaches. The next is explain. This improves understanding. You help the learner express new learnings and provide guidance. The next one is elaborate. You help the learner apply prior knowledge and acquire new knowledge. So this is kind of, it goes back into the vertical alignment. So we're grabbing what they've learned in the past and we're building on that foundation to show progress and to show new learning by the student. The next is evaluate. We need to assess the learning. We need to make sure what is being taught is being obtained by the learner, and make sure that there's no gaps that are being presented. Now, currently in my district that I'm in the Hill Country, did a little research through my coursework this semester. Our campus improvement plan, it needs to focus on a low end of year course for ELA scores. Currently, we have an instructional coach at the elementary level, reading specialist that helps with our elementary learners. However, we're lacking one at the secondary level, so at our middle schools and at our high school. And this really kind of hurts us with reading fluency. We're seeing, some kids aren't being caught, um, and those gaps aren't being filled. So by the time that they hit that middle school, high school level, we're having to fill those gaps, and we're still having to teach that new content to ensure that we're showing academic success. Um, so there's a need in our district for more PLC time to address these target issues. A way that we can bridge that gap is cross curriculum between subjects. So, what is being taught in English is going to carry on over to your history department, same with math and science. So, by crossing this curriculum, we're going to fill those gaps by still teaching the material that is needed to be taught and learned, but ensuring that the students are showing progress and that we are meeting those needs for those students. So how to better save today's students? The biggest thing is curriculum alignment is a problem that is unique, that is not unique to one school district. This is a nationwide issue. The large amount of money is going into curriculum uh, when in reality it should be that teachers need more time to be leaders in the classroom and close those gaps through PLCs. You need to have time to meet as a department, meet as a committee, and to vertical and horizontal align curriculum